Savitribai Bhule, The Flame That Defied Darkness, 30-minute story podcast. Introduction. Have you ever wondered how one ordinary woman can transform the destiny of an entire nation? History often remembers kings for conquering kingdoms and warriors for winning battles. Yet some heroes never carried a sword. Instead, they carried books. Their battlefield was ignorance, their weapon was education, and their victory was the awakening of millions. This is the extraordinary story of Savitribai Bhule, a woman who challenged centuries of prejudice, shattered oppressive traditions, and became the first modern female teacher of India. Her life was not merely a biography, it was a revolution. Chapter 1. A Child Born into Silence. The year was 1831. In the quiet village of Naigaon, surrounded by fertile fields and humble homes, a baby girl entered the world. Her parents named her Savitribai. The village appeared peaceful, yet beneath that calmness lay a rigid society governed by customs, superstitions, and inequality. Girls were expected to remain obedient, silent, and invisible. The idea of educating a girl was considered absurd. People believed that knowledge belonged exclusively to men. No one imagined that this little girl would someday rewrite history. As a child, Savitribai spent her days helping her family with farming, carrying water, collecting firewood, and completing household chores. She watched boys walk to school while girls remained behind. At that young age, she could not understand why opportunity was unequal. But destiny was quietly preparing her for something extraordinary. Chapter 2. An Unexpected Beginning. At only 9 years of age, Savitribai was married to Savitribai Bhule, as was customary in that era. Many child marriages ended with girls spending their lives confined within domestic walls. However, Savitribai possessed a remarkably progressive mind. He questioned traditions instead of blindly accepting them. He believed education was not a privilege reserved for men, but a fundamental right for every human being. One evening, he handed Savitribai a book. She looked at it with curiosity. The letters seemed mysterious. She could not read a single word. Instead of mocking her ignorance, Savitribai smiled patiently. Every evening, after completing household work, he became her teacher. Slowly, the strange symbols transformed into meaningful words. Words became sentences. Sentences became ideas. Ideas became confidence. Confidence became courage. And courage changed history. Chapter 3. The Awakening of a Dream. Education did something remarkable. It awakened Savitribai's conscience. She realized that ignorance was not natural. It was deliberately imposed upon society. Without education, people remained trapped by fear, superstition, and discrimination. Knowledge was not merely information, it was liberation. She asked herself, if education transformed my life, why shouldn't every girl experience the same freedom? That single question became the foundation of a lifelong mission. Chapter 4. A School that shook society. In 1848, Savitribai and Savitribai opened one of the first modern schools for girls in Pune. The announcement shocked society. People ridiculed them. Many declared that educating girls would destroy religion and culture. Rumors spread rapidly. Some threatened violence. Others attempted social boycott. Nevertheless, the doors of the school opened. Inside sat young girls holding books for the very first time. Some trembled with fear, others smiled with excitement. Savitribai greeted each child warmly. She was not merely teaching alphabets, she was teaching dignity, hope, possibility, freedom. Chapter 5. The Road of Humiliation. Every morning, Savitribai walked toward the school. Unfortunately, not everyone appreciated her courage. Crowds gathered along the road. People shouted insults, some thrown stones, others thrown mud, some even throw cow dung. Many expected her to surrender.
Instead, she carried an extra sari. Whenever her clothes became dirty, she quietly changed into the clean sari and continued her journey. She never retaliated. She never complained. She simply walked forward. Her resilience became stronger than hatred. Every insult only reinforced her determination. Chapter 6. Compassion Beyond the Classroom. Savitribai believed education extended beyond reading and writing. She saw widows abandoned by society. She witnessed children orphaned by poverty. She encountered families crushed beneath discrimination. Instead of ignoring their suffering, she devoted herself to serving them. Together with Jyoti Rao, she established shelters for vulnerable women and children. She encouraged widows to rebuild their lives with dignity. She rejected the cruel customs that treated people unequally. Her compassion knew no boundaries. Chapter 7. The Voice of a Poet. Savitribai was also a gifted writer. Her poems were not merely artistic expressions, they were calls to action. She urged people to awaken from ignorance. She encouraged women to cultivate confidence. She inspired students to pursue knowledge relentlessly. Her writings challenged complacency and inspired transformation. Even today, her words continue to resonate across generations. Chapter 8. Leadership in Adversity.